Okay, probably the last story quest we're doing tonight is a Still Tide, given to us by Szem Zhenmai. It's the best pronunciation. It could be Zhem, S as in Sam, Z-E-M, Zhem Zhenmai. Anyway, the orc. I'm gonna call him an orc because that's how I know them. The dude that flew us here is Still Tide. Given to us on cracked shell beach. Sorry, in the a new zone to us, Kalusia. Here you go. If you head south along the coast, you will eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Ebor. E-Y-B-O-R. Ibor, actually. Ibor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Kalusia and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme, T-H-Y-M-E, the herb, that will let him know you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with the Amaro until you are ready to return. Why did it sound like I had freaking fight music? So on this beach, which obviously has a coast, water, extending to the east, we have hobgoblins, which are probably pretty self-explanatory. They have little red caps, though. It's kind of funny. Like stocking caps. We have maltaches, which are gobus. We are going southwest at this moment, and we're going to get aggro from these hobgoblins. Yeah. Chasing me. They're everywhere. Oh, shit. I'm going to get another one here, aren't I? No? Cool. I'm going to just skirt around that one. There's some boats. Like, when I say boats, they're just like little fishing crafts, little fishing vessels, like rowboats. Ibor is here. He is a lion man. What you after? Fish? Crab? Think I've got an eel in a barrel somewhere? If you've a taste for him. We hand over lake time. Ooh, I do love a bit of thyme. Chuck some in the pan and it's like a bloody festival of flavor. Now, what is it I can do for you? Can't say as there's been any major upsets to report these last few weeks. You explain what you're doing here? Alphinaud, eh? I know that one. Our young champion of the downtrodden. Yulmore's richer than all of Norvrant put together, but it's a different story for them as live outside the city. Most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to help another stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess as to where he is now, get a message to him, but you'll need somewhere to quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make for Stilltide. That's the fishing village just up the path there. You're looking for a run-down excuse for a tavern the locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there, and I'll see that Alphinaud joins you. Okay. Gotta get past all these crazy hobgoblins and goobos, which are called something else I can't remember. Malstache. No, sorry. Maultasche. Maltache. Alright. So we'll get this here etherite attuned to it. And the day is mine. Suck it, Trebek. Whatever happened to Dan? Not Dan Harmon. What's his name? Yeah, I don't know things. Nope. Hold on. Wait. What? Oh, there's a destination. I was looking for a person, but we have a destination marker on the ground. Waiting. Now we are done waiting. Thiva, the bartender, says, "This your first time in a tavern? It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What will you be having?" Ale, mead, or water? I'll take mead. Mead. Fine choice. And what'll you be paying with? You hand over a gill, I'm assuming? Well now, those are exotic. Where'd you come by coins like that? I'm sorry, dear. I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to test their purity, and I'm not about to go begging for one from the neighbors. So you'll just have to come to some other arrangement. So we'll just have to come. Okay. Ah, here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What do you say to a bit of extermination work? I want you to squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me for sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring like snot. Do that for me, and you can laze about here as long as you like. Alright, so we will head north, which is... well... It is, yeah, it's kind of, yeah, well, the opposite of the direction we've been going. We're passing some whelps. They're called whiptails. Yeah, whelp is a good description. They are little wyverns, like whelps. Dragon, very, very young, small dragonling kind of things. And I cannot get in through that. Open gate, cool. So, blighted crop, let's inspect this and attack what comes. Pestilent swarm. Pestilent? Pestilent? Pestilent is I think a better pronunciation. Pestilent. Alright. There's one swarm. Another blighted crop. So these look like grapevines. These other ones look like cabbages. These look like corn or grain. We're in the grapevines now. Or just grapes, maybe. Baby, I heard it through the grapevine. How much longer will you be? Some AoE going on here with 2 pestilent swarms to take care of. We got the eye of the dragon. It is gonna be tight. Give me that health back, baby. Right, we'll go back to the bartendress. Actually, no, sorry. There is a barred door at the base of this 3-4-story tower of white stone. No response. Maybe you need to knock louder. Yeah, it's definitely the last fucking video. Sorry, I can't talk anymore. That wasn't louder. No response. Perhaps the occupant is hard of hearing. Cutscene. It's the same volume, dudes. What are we doing here? You're skittering. You hear a faint squeaking from the room beyond. Time to burst in and save the day, brave adventurer. Unless the squeaking is the occupant who is not in duress. No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, this is black screen by the way, they haven't been for some time. The gnawed scraps of vegetables on the floor suggest rats have taken up residence in their absence. And we're back outside the stone 3 or 4-story tower. Really, like, the diameter could be no more than 7 feet? Like, maybe 10, but probably more like 7 or 8, yeah. So back to Stilltide to talk to the innkeep or the tavern keep, whatever her title is. Thiva. Welcome back, dear. What did that good-for-nothing caretaker have to say for himself? You explain what we found. Gone? Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. What? In Gate Town, outside Yulmore? You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear. You've more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house. Cutscene. We're sitting at a table by herself. She's looking for a bottle to pour for us. And in walks some black shoes with like some kind of...
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
I know his voice. He's like dressed as kind of a Native American would be, maybe. Got some feathers dangling from some part of his lapel. his cuffs are like fur, like, yeah, but not. I'm so bad at describing things.
Frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Frenetic? Is Alphinaud's nickname Frenetic? We see him and he sees us. He smiles.
'Tis good to see you, my friend.
And to see you. You've changed a little bit.
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
Barley, yes.
What, just like that? Oh, Alphinaud, you really are a dear.
Theva is a normal, probably height, Elizan female. And Alphinaud is still his short Elizan self.
Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
She got a bit of a Cockney thing to her. It makes sense. Although why almost everybody has a British accent in this game is beyond me, because it was a Japanese game.
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here.
Yeah.
But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
Me, I was more worried about you. Or we thought we'd lost you. I didn't think we lost him. I think that he went to the same... Yeah. Me, I was more worried about you. I was more worried about you.
Huh. Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before.
And we go into the explanation as the camera drifts to the rafters, goes black. We're sitting near enough each other, facing each other at the circular table.
Both the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may.
Who knows, like a year here could be...
It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change.
a day there, so...
But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity.
Honestly, like, pretty smart and actually very easy on, like, plot armor. Okay, you've been transported to this other universe entirely, this other, like, world that is similar to yours, but it's like a different version of it. And hey, time passes differently, so you may spend a lot of time here, but it could only be a day, and then you're back to, like, Xenos being... yeah, whatever, I don't know.
Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire.
You have a flashback with...
Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose.
oh, yeah.
Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Asians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more.
Oh, I forgot it was Gaius that didn't... like you said, no, fuck the Black Rose. That's scary as shit. I don't want it. It wasn't Varus. Varus seems to be on board with it. Maybe with the influence of the Asians. So, like, the flashback we have right now is that encampment of just passed out, dead, chemical warfared, I think, Alliance soldiers.
Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means.
Mm-hmm.
And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course.
It probably also doesn't even require a war being waged. It could just require a government or people in a certain amount of power wanting to eliminate other people the easiest way possible. Just saying. Does not require
In
war.
that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin-Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
We do a little smile, stand up, do the fist and palm thing. Alphinaud stands with us.
And so we take to the road once more.
Yeah, dude, let's do this. A still tide is complete. We have reached the end of all of the things that I have to promote to get any bit of extra money. So this video will just be SlimFast High Protein Shake. You know how I feel about it. It's delicious. Gives me protein. Good for after a workout. Great start to my morning. If you use the link in the description, I get a cut. Only buy it if you're looking for something similar to this product. But I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.